Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us at Long Beach City Hall for National Gun Violence Awareness Day. I want to begin by especially thanking Memorial Care for partnering with us again for the third year to make this event possible. I also want to thank all of our partners who came here today, including the Long Beach Fire Department, the Long Beach Police Department, St. Mary Medical Center, Long Beach Health and Human Services, and all of our other community organizations and participants. Every year on the first Friday in June, communities across the country observe National Gun Violence Awareness Day and wear orange to honor those whose lives have been taken by or forever changed by gun violence. Orange has become a symbol of visibility, safety, and solidarity, reminding us to stand with survivors and continue working towards prevention, healing, and safer communities. This work requires continued partnership, shared responsibility, and a commitment to meeting our community with both urgency and care. Thank you again to everyone here for showing up and standing with us today. At this time, I would like to welcome Councilwoman Allen to share a few words.
Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you, Cynthia, for being here and all you do to make this happen. I know it's been a really busy week in Long Beach, so I appreciate everyone that showed up, and I'm especially liking the orange today, so thank you for joining us. I want to start by thanking Memorial Care and their dedicated team for partnering with us every year to make this event happen. Your leadership in trauma care, emergency response, and community health continues to make a valuable impact on the lives of the residents in Long Beach. Through the Stop the Bleed presentations, injury prevention programs, and so much more, you continue to provide critical education and resources to our community, so we thank you. Your hard work, your advocacy, and your commitment does not go unnoticed, and I want you to know that. I also want to thank our community partners who are here with us this morning, all the organizations who came together today to show us how much stronger we are as a community and how we work so hard to create safer and healthier neighborhoods for everyone. Today is National Gun Violence Awareness Day, and we honor the victims of gun violence. We stand with survivors and we unite communities in demanding a future free of gun violence. This is a day about remembrance, but it also is a day about action. It's a reminder that we must continue to do everything we can to protect our communities, to support those impacted, and to prevent future tragedies. Gun violence has a ripple effect that reaches far beyond any single moment. And as a former police officer myself, I have firsthand experience. Gun violence changes families. Actually, it just absolutely can destroy and decimate families. It disrupts our neighborhoods, and it leaves a lasting impact on the people that work really hard every day to keep our community safe. Here in Long Beach, we know that preventing gun violence requires more than just one person or one department or even one organization. It takes prevention, education, outreach, intervention, public safety, health care, community support. Have I missed anything? It takes a lot. It takes a lot. And I appreciate everyone in the departments that work together. And I can tell you that's why it's so meaningful that we're all gathered here today. It reminds us that we're here to recognize the harm that is caused by gun violence. But we're also here to strengthen the partnerships that help prevent it. I want to thank the Long Beach Fire Department, who is here behind me, for the work that you do every day responding to emergencies, protecting our residents, and supporting our neighborhoods. Let's give the Long Beach Fire Department and Long Beach Police Department a round of applause. I hope you know how much your work is appreciated. I also want to recognize our healthcare partners, our hospital teams, especially Memorial Care, for the resources and the education that you provide to the families. Let's give them a round of applause. And I love this day that we're all wearing orange because it shows our shared commitment to this cause. We wear orange to as a reminder of those we've lost. As it also is a reminder that we're standing with the survivors, and it shows our community that we remain committed to a safer future. So thank you everyone for showing up, for doing the work, and for continuing to believe that change is possible when we all work together. On behalf of the Long Beach Health and Human Services, I'd like to welcome Malika Long, who is one of the chairs of the Advancing Peace Steering Committee and founder and executive director of Love Beyond Limits, an agency rooted in youth-focused prevention practices. So with that, I'm going to invite Malika to this podium. Malika?
Good morning, everyone. First, I would like to thank Mayor Rex Richardson, Councilwoman Cindy Allen, and the Long Beach Health and Human Service Department, as well as Memorial Care and our community partners who continue to invest their time, energy, resources, and leadership into making our city stronger, safer, and more connected. This work is not easy, and it is only possible because so many people continue to show up and believe that together we can create lasting change. I stand before you today not only as a community leader, but as someone whose life has been deeply impacted by violence and whose life work has become dedicated to preventing it. Gun violence is not just a public safety issue. It's a health issue, community issue, family issue, economic issue. It's a youth development issue, and most important, it's a human issue. For me, this is personal. Growing up, I had more friends die from gun violence than graduate from college. Violence was so present around me that I began to normalize it. When my friend got killed at 13, it seemed that that's just what happens in the neighborhoods of Compton and South Central. Looking back, I realized how tragic that is. No child should ever become accustomed to death, incarceration, grief, or trauma. I left home when I was 14 years old. Like many young people, I thought I was grown. I thought I understood life. But the truth is, I was a child trying to survive an environment filled with instability, violence, and difficult choices. Many of my friends began going to jail, being killed, and just being a part of the juvenile justice system. I didn't have a lot of people pouring into me. What I did have was a high school principal, Ms. Callahan from YOU, who refused to let me settle for less than what I could become. She held me accountable, she corrected me when I was wrong, and she made an example of my poor choices when necessary. But she also encouraged me. She reminded me that I could do better. She saw potential in me when I wasn't living up to it. The accountability mattered, and that lesson stays with me today. The people closest to me believed that I would be dead or in jail by 16, then 18, and 21. I even graduated a year early from high school because I was trying to outrun a race. And honestly, I understood why why they were thinking those thoughts. The expectation of my future was low, and my choices reflected that expectation. But my story didn't end there. At 19, I became a mother and gave birth to the first of my 4 daughters, and that changed everything. For the first time, I wasn't thinking about surviving. I was thinking about the future. I began asking myself what kind of life I wanted for my child and what kind of example I wanted to set. And that was the moment I truly believed that changing the trajectory of my life was possible. The change didn't happen overnight. It took time, it took mistakes, it took accountability, it took persistence, and it took more than one attempt for me putting my life in the right direction. Because of what I've learned over the years, violence is not just about intervention, it's about connection, accountability, and opportunity. It's about creating environments where young people see a future for themselves. There is trauma on both sides of the gun. There is hurt on both sides of the harm. If we only respond after the shooting, after the arrest, or after the funeral, we're already too late. We have to build a community where young people have something to live for, something to belong to, and something to lose. That means jobs matter, housing, education, mental health services, mentorship, family support, safe parks and schools matter. Economic opportunity matters. Because when young people have something they can value, like a job, a home, a purpose, or a future, they begin to invest in protecting it. When people feel connected to their community, they're less likely to contribute to the destruction of it. Violence prevention is not only about reducing risk, it's about increasing opportunity. That's why we all belong to this work. We need teachers, principals, school staff, coaches, therapists, parents, grandparents, working people, business owners, our faith community organizations, and we need our neighbors. We need the people that's walking their dogs in the morning, sitting on their porch in the evening, checking on our young people, offering opportunities, and helping create a sense of belonging. Everyone has a role. You don't have to have a title to make a difference, and you don't have to run a nonprofit to create impact. You simply need to decide that the well-being of our young people are important to you. That belief is what led me to found Love Beyond Limits. For 13 years, I've worked multiple jobs while building this organization because I believe young people deserve access, opportunity, support, and a safe space to grow. Love Beyond Limits is more than an organization. It's a commitment. It's a promise that we'll continue to show up for young people, families, and communities, even when the work is difficult. As we move into summer months, I encourage you to think about the role you play. Let's make our homes safe, our parks, our schools, our neighborhoods, and let's start with ourselves, because peace requires more than good intention. Peace requires investment, accountability, collaboration, opportunity, and peace requires all of us. Our young people deserve more than survival. They deserve an opportunity to thrive and dream. They deserve an opportunity to grow old. My name is Malika Long. I'm the founder and executive director of Love Beyond Limits and the co-chair of the Advancing Peace Committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Malika, for your inspirational words. Next, I'd like to invite Kit Katz, who is the Director of Community Health Education with St. Mary's Medical Center, to share a few words.
Good morning. Thank you. What a wonderful event. On behalf of Carolyn Caldwell, St. Mary Medical Center President and CEO, and the entire St. Mary leadership staff, it's such an honor to be here. It's such an important community event. St. Mary promotes the well-being of community through access to care and social determinants of health, which includes any type of violence. As violence, as stated before, is a public health issue, and we do need to address it. Our hospital actively supports gun violence prevention through distribution of gun locks and biometric safes, as well as future partnering with community partners to provide gun awareness and education to young children, teens, and families. Our hospital trauma department also provides community education on how to apply tourniquets, which we mentioned before. It's called Stop the Bleed, and also sidewalk CPR. St. Mary would like to thank all of our elected officials, and especially our partners and colleagues at Memorial Care, the police department, the fire department, the health department, and our community partners for all your support and for everything you do to help keep our community safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Kit. At this time, I'd like to invite Commander Baum from the Long Beach Police Department to say a few remarks.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for allowing us to be here. I would just like to say, Wear Orange Day, it's an important opportunity for us to recognize and honor the victims and survivors of gun violence, and also to bring awareness to its impact on the community. You know, the Long Beach Police Department, we are really proud to participate in events like this. It allows us to show our commitment to public safety, also to our commitment to building strong partnerships in the community. Gun violence, it's something we won't tolerate as a department. Our officers, we work very hard, officers, detectives, professional staff. The department in whole works very hard to prevent gun violence, to arrest suspects, hold them accountable, violent suspects for their actions, and then also get illegal firearms off the streets. So with that said, we recognize prevention. It requires a lot of help from a lot of different agencies throughout the city. Everybody that's here, all our other departments through the city, the Long Beach Unified School District, the local hospitals, and then private organizations like Justice for Murdered Children. So with that said, we just appreciate everybody being here to help us keep the community safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Commander Baum. Now, at this time, I'd like to invite Assistant Chief Jake Heflin from the Long Beach Fire Department to provide a few remarks.
Thank you, Councilmember Allen. Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Jake Heflin, Assistant Fire Chief for the Long Beach Fire Department. And on behalf of the Long Beach Fire Department, I want to thank you to Memorial Care, Council District 2, and all of our community partners for bringing us together today. It is an honor to stand with you in support of the Wear Orange campaign and express our shared commitment to reducing gun violence in our communities. As first responders, we often respond to critical events, true life and death emergencies that can be amongst the most difficult moments in a person's life. We see the immediate impact of violence, the injuries, the loss, the trauma, but we also see the lasting impacts that it has on families, neighborhoods, and entire communities. As firefighters, creating a safe community is not just about responding to emergencies, it's about working together to prevent them. It's about investing in education, outreach, mentorship, mental health resources, and opportunities that create safer, stronger, and more connected communities. Neighborhoods come together and look out for each other. That's the strength of our city and the strength of our community. The term that it takes a village is exactly what you see behind me today. Wear Orange serves as both a symbol of remembrance and a call to action. We honor those families, the lives that have been lost, and we support the survivors and their families as well. And we recommit ourselves to work that lies ahead. This is not just about today, this is about the future. This work cannot be accomplished by any one organization alone. It requires collaboration between healthcare providers, community leaders, educators, public safety professionals, elected officials, and residents who care deeply about the future of our city. In Long Beach, we are fortunate to have partners who are committed to that mission. Together, we can continue building a community where everyone feels safe, valued, and supported. Thank you for being here today, for raising awareness, and for standing united in an effort to prevent violence and promote hope. The conversations we have here and the actions that we take today can make a difference and create a safer tomorrow for everyone. Wear Orange proudly, and remember, because together we're stronger, together we're Long Beach. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Heflin. Appreciate that. Now, I would like to welcome Gary, and I'm going to get your last name right. Is it Purushottam? The CEO, did I say that right? Okay, good. The CEO of Long Beach Memorial Medical Center.
Got it right, thank you. Good morning, guys, or good afternoon. My name is Gary Purushottam, Chief Executive Officer at Long Beach Medical Center. It's an honor to be here alongside our city leaders and community partners. I want to thank Council District 2, Council Member Cindy Allen, for bringing us together for this very important conversation. I would also like to thank the mayor's team for lighting the City Hall and the International Gateway Bridge in orange, sending a unified message of support for gun violence prevention across our city. We are deeply grateful to our partners in public safety, the Long Beach Fire Department, the Long Beach Police Department, and the EMS for the work you do every day to protect our community. At Long Beach Medical Center, we are very proud to serve as a Level 2 trauma center, providing immediate life-saving care when every second counts. That designation means our community has access to specialized teams, advanced resources, and coordinated care for the most serious injuries, including those resulting from gun violence right here at Long Beach. When we talk about gun violence, it can be easy to focus only on moments, the ones that make headlines. But for many families, this is not a moment. It is something that they carry long after the incident is over. From January 2025 through March 2026, 110 individuals were treated for gunshot wounds at our trauma center, including 12 children. During that time, 10 lives were lost, including 1 child. These are not just statistics. These are our neighbors, our families, and our children. As a non-profit hospital rooted in this community, we have a responsibility that goes beyond our walls, not only to those who care for those who are injured, but to support efforts that prevent that harm in the first place. This work cannot be done alone. It requires all of us, healthcare, public safety, educators, community leaders, and residents working together to create a safer environment for our community. It also starts earlier than many realize, with opportunities for young people to access mental health support and strong, connected communities. At Long Beach Medical Center, we remain committed to this work through our trauma care and through partnerships across Long Beach that focus on prevention, recovery, and long-term support. While we cannot change what has already happened, together we can help shape what comes next and create a future where fewer families experience this kind of loss. Thank you very much for your shared commitment to our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. Okay, our last speaker, I'd like to invite Laura Corey, who is the CEO of Miller Children's and Women's Hospital. Laura?
Thank you so much. Good morning, everybody. My name is Laura Corey. I'm Chief Executive Officer of Miller Children's and Women's Hospital. Thank you to our city leaders and our community partners for bringing us together today around such an important issue. Long Beach is home to one of just 8 full-service children's hospitals in the state of California. And at Miller Children's and Women's Hospital, we care for children and families at some of their most vulnerable moments, including children impacted by gun violence. It's a sad statistic, but today, firearm injuries are the leading cause of death for children and teens in the United States. In 2024 alone, nearly 4,000 young lives were lost to gun violence, including nearly 700 children under the age of 14. That means we're losing 11 to 12 children every day. Here in Long Beach, we see that impact firsthand, including children treated for gunshot wounds at our trauma center. What makes this especially difficult is that many of these tragedies are preventable. Millions of children still live in homes where firearms are loaded and not securely stored, increasing the risk of accidental injury or harm. As a children's hospital, we see that impact beyond the initial injury, from long hospital stays to rehabilitation and the emotional and developmental impacts that can last for years. Recovery for a child is not just physical. It affects their mental health and their development and future, and it affects their families. That is why prevention must be part of the conversation. Children's hospitals across the country are working with families and communities to promote simple, effective steps like safe firearm storage and education, because these actions can reduce injuries and save lives. We also know that this work cannot be done alone. It requires strong partnerships, exemplified today, between healthcare providers, parents, educators, community organizations, and public safety leaders. In fact, last Friday, our trauma team partnered with Long Beach Poly High School, Mayor Richardson, police, fire, and other community organizations for a gun safety awareness assembly. Students shared powerful music, poetry, and performances that brought to life the real impact on gun violence has on young people in our community. At Miller Children's and Women's, we are committed to being part of the solution, caring for children in moments of crisis, supporting families through recovery, and helping prevent these injuries before they happen. Because every child deserves the chance to grow up safe, healthy, and free from preventable harm. So thank you all for your commitment to protecting children and families in our community, and thank you for our partnership. So I think I hand this back to Councilwoman Allen. Thank you.
All right, that concludes all of our speakers. Just a big thanks to Long Beach Police Department, the Fire Department, Memorial, for all the speakers, everyone that's here today.